Hey guys, and welcome to our another tutorial. So in today's tutorial, it's not really a tutorial. It's going to be like an explanation thing, like I've done at the beginning of my channel. But it's just to help you kind of get the gist of what exactly it's going to be on. Oh no, I don't want a paper flip book. I meant to click out. It's going to be on like what are variables and functions and explanations of some of the variables that are going to like the four main variables that like types that you're going to be using. There also is one more that I'm going to explain that I'm not going to be able to show you necessarily, but it kind of it's I don't really know how to explain that, or I'll explain it when I get to it. So I just got this new blueprint, and we're just gonna create. Never mind. We're just gonna create four variables. So as you already see, there's this red, right? So, that red means a Boolean. You'll see over here, and a Boolean is a true or false statement. So if I compile the blueprint, it's either true or false. See, you can see that on the right next to it. But there's a couple more. So the four main that you're going to be using are Booleans, integers. Sorry, I mispronounce this all the time. Floats, and vectors. So a Boolean, like I said, is a true/false statement, and you can set these, and that will basically, like, your code behind it will make it to where, like, you can set it to where it'll be either true or false. You can also make it a default value right there. But let's go over to an integer. So an integer, that's any real number, any solid number, basically. Like, if I compile, it's just one, like, there's no, like, 1.17, like, it's just a solid number. Now, once we get to floats, that's when, it gets a little more into, like, decimals and stuff like that. Like, you can do any number with a float. Now, most of the time, you're going to be using floats of Booleans. That's like 90% of your time is going to be floats and Booleans. Now a vector is kind of like, it's like a 3-set number, I believe. Yeah, so it's X, Y, Z. That's what a vector is. Now they go with texture coordinates and materials, locations on the board. That's what a vector is. And functions actually are pretty straightforward. I've done them in I've explained them in other tutorials, and I'm not 100% sure which tutorial it is, but, like, you just go here and just go function, and a function just stores code. Like, so I could write some code in here and then go over to my event graph and then just pull that out, and you've got a function. Now with functions, there is something in it. You can do peer and const, and that makes it to where if you have an output, like if I was to go into my new function and just do a return node, which is just basically the end. You do it in C++ too, and I'll do C++ tutorials and other things too. And then what if I was just to pull out a Boolean, and then plug that in. Now you can create it in here too. You can just go to outputs and create new stuff, but sometimes it's just easier just to plug it in. And so if I go back to our event graph and see, now it's got the 2, and those are inputs too. So if I was to go in here and create an input, like just create a bunch of inputs, make them you usually only, I forget, is it outputs or inputs that you only use the one? I want to say it's inputs, but I could very much be wrong. But see how it's inputs now, and you can check them too. And you'll see, like, in Epic Games and Unreal, they have a bunch of functions that you can do, like get actor get actors. That's a function. Now development only. I don't really know how to explain it. I know what it means, and I'll come up with a way to explain it when I go in depth in blueprints in another tutorial. But let's see. That has an array. An array is just a set of things. Like you can make any of these arrays. If I go here and then make them an array, you can make them any array. This could break, yeah, so that's just meaning that since it's in the graph, it could break some things. But, like if that wasn't in the graph, then it wouldn't do any of that, or in the function that I brought out. But they have a bunch of functions, and blue means that it's not pure or const, and there's green ones too, like get actor location. Green ones, I don't know. Yeah, so that's a vector you pull out, and that's gonna turn the actor location, and this is the target. Normally it's the self, so whatever actor you have, but you can do like cast to and stuff like that. Like you can cast to, and then if you had a character or something or whatever, you could do like whatever you named it, like, and then that would pull up, and you can cast it to that. But that's really just about it. Now, yeah, that's kind of simple. There's a lot more variable types. Try to create a new one. There's a lot more variable types. And the one more that I was going to talk about is you can get references to actors through this. So if you had a character or something, you'd be like BP underscore character or something, like, and it will pull up, and you can click it and you can get references to that to drag in as well to get targets and stuff like that. You can have variables. But other than that, that's really just about it. So yeah, please make sure to like and subscribe, and hopefully this video can get to 15 likes. My last video managed to get to 10, which was the challenge, so hopefully I'm gonna root for 15 this time. Now most of my tutorial videos only get like 3 to 5, so I'm really challenging you guys. So if you're watching this, make sure to like and subscribe. So yeah, and yeah, so see you in the next tutorial, which I believe is this Wednesday. So yeah.